According to a 2002 survey, 1 in 10 people is homosexual. You've probably heard about Proposition 8 or seen red or blue equality sign stickers, but are you aware of their significance? What you may not realize is that gay rights have evolved enormously since the turn of the 20th century. Colored people's rights used to, in fact, be as controversial as gay rights are today. Colored people's struggle for racial equality paved the way for the gay rights movement.
Well, we've all learned our lesson. I'm not going to wait another 300 years to get involved.
So you see this as a similar struggle?
Yes, it is a similar struggle. I'm not saying that gays and lesbians in America have the same history that African Americans do. Obviously, that is not true. But the principle of equality is absolutely the same.
As of May 2013, 9 states have completely legalized gay marriage, and 9 more recognize civil unions or domestic partnerships. Gays worldwide now have a significantly louder voice in society than they have ever had before. As a result of strong-willed determination, gays have initiated a snowball effect of rights that has already granted them marriage in 26% of the country. Married gay couples have mutual rights and obligations, such as the right to mutual financial support. They also receive certain state-provided benefits, such as tax breaks and health insurance benefits.
Up until the 1920s, homosexuality was very much kept secret. On December 10, 1924, Henry Gerber founded the Society for Human Rights, the first LGBT rights organization in the United States. The society existed for only a few months before it collapsed in the wake of the arrests of Gerber and several society members. Members of the gay community did not make much progress toward equality up until the 1950s.
In the 1950s, gays began to see a slight rise in their societal voice. In 1950, Donald Webster Corey published The Homosexual in America, A Subjective Approach, which is hailed as one of the most important works in the history of the gay rights movement. In February of the same year, Senator John Purifoy told a United States Senate committee of a homosexual underground in the State Department. His remarks, along with those of Senator Joseph McCarthy, who led the Red Scare, helped to initiate the so-called Lavender Scare. During this time, fairy was a slang term for homosexual. In the 1950s, members of the LGBT community began to make the public realize that they would not go down without a fight.
We participated in the Day of Silence, which was people just not talking for the whole day for kids who are closeted or questioning who can't speak out, and yeah.
During the 70s, much progress was made for gay rights in the area of political standing in office. In 1970, the first Gay Liberation Day March was held in New York City, and the first LGBT Pride Parade was held in Los Angeles. Between the years of 1974 and 1977, Kathy Koschenko, Elaine Noble, and Harvey Milk became the first 3 openly gay politicians to be elected to public office. Milk was assassinated in November of 1978. Later that same year, the rainbow flag was used as a symbol of homosexual pride. It was chosen because it has been used throughout history as a sign of diversity and inclusiveness. The increase of activity of homosexuals on the political scene demonstrated the true desire to be treated equally and the expediency desired of the situation.
The 1980s and 90s were full of legal losses and gains for the gay community. On June 5th of 1981, the United States Centers for Disease Control received the first known reports of what has come to be known as Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome, or AIDS. It was found in gay communities of Los Angeles, New York City, and San Francisco, and is still a prevalent condition in much of Africa. In February of the following year, Wisconsin became the first U.S. state to ban anti-gay discrimination. It would be 9 years before any other state enacted such a statute. On November 30th, 1993, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, Don't Pursue, Don't Harass policy went into effect in the United States Armed Forces. Gays were required to keep their orientation secret and act as if nothing were out of the ordinary. A huge hindrance, this policy would be repealed 17 years later. On September 10, 1996, the United States Senate passed the Defense of Marriage Act and declined the banning of employment discrimination based on sexual orientation in the private sector. 11 days later, President Bill Clinton signed DOMA into law. This act allows individual states to refuse to recognize same-sex marriages performed under foreign law and engendered federal definitions for the terms marriage and spouse. It is still in place today. While DOMA has thwarted progress in gay rights to some extent, Wisconsin's outlawing of homosexual discrimination was a great step forward in gays' fight for equality.
Every day on Valentine's Day, a bunch of us would go to the courthouse and ask for marriage licenses. And of course they would have to deny us because we were same-sex. And they didn't have anything to do, so we said, it's okay, we'll wait. And so we did like a sit-in the county clerk's office every Valentine's Day.
Although homosexuals still do not share all the rights that heterosexuals have, gays have made great progress toward equality. In 2007, it became legal for members of the LGBT community to adopt children.
Children don't need their parents to have certain economic benefits. They need a mom and a dad. It's not about money.
Okay, what about the children that already are part of a gay family?
I don't know what to do with that at all. I hate it for them, and my heart breaks for them.
And on December 22, 2010, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed by President Obama. As of May 2013, same-sex marriage has been legally recognized in 12 United States: Connecticut, Delaware, Iowa, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New York, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington, as well as the District of Columbia. Our state, California, which briefly granted same-sex marriage in 2008, now recognizes them on a very conditional basis.
We got married on February 16th, and we were legally married in the state of California until August, when we opened a newspaper in August of that same year and we were voided. It said they have voided all our marriages. So it's pretty weird to open a paper and find out you're voided, like your relationship is voided. That was weird.
Homosexuals used to have to be completely secretive about their orientation. In contrast, gay rights is a widely talked about and controversial issue today. Although there remains many hurdles for the LGBT community to conquer, much progress has been made in the struggle for sexual equality. 18 states have already signed their support of gay union into law, and long-standing Don't Ask, Don't Tell has been repealed. Overall, gays have greatly succeeded in making their presence known. The LGBT community struggle parallels that of the NAACP in past decades. As colored people have enjoyed full equality with whites since the 60s, gays may one day achieve the same.
Times they are changing, and I have a lot of faith in the youth.